What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Boys Hanging Out. We got a special guest with us tonight. Apologize for the intro. No music attached. I moved some files and I lost the files, so I got to go back and find the file. Hopefully, I'll have it ready for next week. But you got us. You got myself. You got Mr. Peter, Mr. Brandon, and nothing but no introduction needed, Mr. The Beard himself, Twin Empire. What's up, brother?
Hello. How y'all doing?
Doing good, bro. I'm glad you're here with us hanging out.
How are you, man?
Man, look, I feel like a kid in August getting ready for his first day of school. I'm excited. You know what I mean? So
Oh my God,
that's how I'm feeling.
Same here.
Let me go say hi to everybody in the chat real quick. Let me get them in the chat. We got Daniel Burry Sports Highlights in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome. We got Don Dotson in the house. Royalty. How you doing? How are the girls doing tonight? Ariel and Jayla, make sure to say hi for them from us. We got Roberto Davis in the house. What's up, Roberto? Good to see you. And I forgot to put an extra camera in here. Anyway, we're okay. Peter they don't need to see Peter right now. What's up, Rod? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Okay, we got that one. Let me see. Jimmy in the house. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome, Jimmy. All right, let me get back to the other camera, and I will fix that issue while we're on camera. Guys, it is Tuesday evening, a few days away from the big game, Super Bowl 58, in Las Vegas, going against Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to start with our guest. I want to know, Twin Empire, what do you see different in this team that we saw in Super Bowl 54?
I think gratitude. I believe those guys have experienced a lot of loss and heartache. And for those who have played in that game before, you kind of can see that they understand what's at stake. And though in 2019 they made it to Super Bowl and lost, we all know what happened the next year with COVID and so on and so forth. They can tell how hard it is to actually get back and how everything has to kind of pretty much be perfect. You know what I mean? So I just see the leaders of the team having a heart of gratitude and appreciation for the climb. And I saw that by Kyle Juszczyk interview that he did yesterday.
I like that. What about you there, Senor Peter?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of what Twin says. I mean, you don't know when you've had a taste and you've been to the mountaintop and but somebody knocks you down and you roll all the way back down to the ground. And it's a different feeling when you climb your way all the way back up. And I feel like that's where this team is at right now. It's really just about they had to go through so much to get back from 20. Just think about all the things that happened since 2019, and it's been a climb for us fans, and so you can only imagine what these players are going through, what a guy like Christian McCaffrey is thinking about when, who knows how many more chances he's going to get, and some of these veteran players, how many chances are they going to get to come back to this spot? This team has been together for a minute now. Kyle's been here for a minute now. And yeah, I think that they're super excited, just like, and nervous about it, just like we are.
Yeah, I agree 100%. What about you, Brandon? What's your thoughts?
Honestly, I was kind of talking to my dad about this the other day. I was like, I feel more confident this year than I did in 2019, just because 8 players on our team have already been to the Super Bowl back in 2019. So all these guys are hungry for vengeance, especially because we're playing the Chiefs again too. So I mean, what better way including
go
one
into
of
the
their
Super
players.
Bowl. Exactly. What better way to go into Super Bowl? Play the team that you lost against in Super Bowl 54 and get your revenge and come out on top. And this time you hold that trophy high up in the air and say, "Told you so."
Yeah, I agree. Listen, three of their players are returning participants in the Super Bowl. Unfortunately for us, two of those guys are Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey that are
Mhm.
returning for them. And whenever you have a quarterback like that, you always have to be mindful of that. But with that said, their defense got better than they were in 2020 in 2019, but their offense got much worse. And as good as their defense has been playing this year for the Chiefs, their run defense is worse than ours. And they've been giving up, they've been getting gashed much worse than we have. So we should be able to run the ball on them. It's just a matter of can we stop their run with Pacheco? Can we contain them? And I know it sounds cliche, but it's the truth. Run the ball and stop the run if you want to give yourself a chance against that team. But the Chiefs don't scare me in the sense of putting up points. If we can put 30 plus points on their defense, I just don't see the Chiefs following suit. In 2019, that team can put up points. They can put up points and put it up fast. This year's team, not so much. I think they only put up 30 points twice all season. They were able to beat the Ravens, okay, and they only put up 17 points against that team. Now, a lot of the turnovers for the Ravens were crucial. They had 3 turnovers, the Ravens did. The Chiefs have none. You're always going to win that turnover battle and move on. But people need to realize they only put 17 points, and they were able to win that game because of the turnovers. That game should have been Baltimore. So a lot of people are right away, they're afraid of the Chiefs because of Patrick Mahomes. But all he really has is Kelsey. That young kid, Rice, has been doing okay, but he's not going to be the guy that is going to kill you. Kelsey's the one you got to keep an eye. Kelsey cannot have 11 for 11 in the Super Bowl. You got to shut him down with Fred Warner and Greenlaw. He has to drop some of those balls. But I think we just need to start fast. This team that we have, although it hasn't shown much in the postseason because we fell behind. But think about this: the Lions were up 24-7, kicking our ass left and right in 2 quarters. Correct? We went into the half. We came back in the second half and kicked their ass with the momentum on their side, with everything going on their side. Now, some things took place, kind of like a hit in the helmet. Some luck took some part of it, yes. And then the dumb play calls by Dan Campbell going for it when he should have went for field goals. All that took into play. I'm not dismissing that. But the point is, we played like crap for 3 quarters against the Packers and beat them in the 4th quarter. We played like crap for 2 quarters against the Lions and came back in the second half. I think we shut down the run game to 35 yards a period in the second. Yeah. So we came back. If we are capable of playing good if we can just start strong. If we can do that against this game, I just can't see Patrick Mahomes trying to catch up if we put a 14-point on them. I want to get your thoughts. Do you think this team with Patrick Mahomes is capable of catching a 3-score game if we're up ahead? Any of you guys can answer. Or I'll give you. Go ahead. I'll just go
ahead,
to
Twin.
Our guest.
Go ahead,
Twin.
Man. So, do I believe he can come back? I would say I can believe it, but I'll say this though: with the team that we do have this year, to be starting off slow these first 2 games that we did play in this playoff series, I would hope that we do start off fast. This team is different far as who we're playing against. Our opponent is Kansas City Chiefs. we know that the Lions made it and Green Bay Packers made it, but nobody really expected those guys to make it and make a big move far as being a Super Bowl champion. Any one of those teams who would have made it would have been like a Cinderella story. This team here, they have the big joker, as we like to say, in space, and that's the one thing that we have to be weary about. And we all know that is the one and only Patrick Mahomes. And so if we do get a lead on them and can able to run the ball successfully, I'm with you, far as what we can do and getting out early. But we have started off slow. And I do believe that this team, though they're not as explosive, the quarterback to me is a lot smarter, far as what it is that he's going to do with the people that he do have around him. And I will say this, I do believe they have a better running game. And so when you're not as explosive passing the ball, when you have a running game like they do with Pacheco and how hard he runs, what you can do is you can grind that clock out. And that's the one thing we don't want to do is be sitting on the sideline watching that time just tick, 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 tick. And I believe Patrick Mahomes knows that, hey, I might not can score 30, but what I can do is hold this ball and probably take 15 to 16 plays to matriculate down their field and score that way. So that'll be my biggest obstacles to make sure that we can get off on third downs, man, and have them punting that ball and not have our defense out there for long periods of time.
Yeah, yeah, well said, well said. Well said. That is true. Patrick Mahomes can do that. And they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to run the ball until they see they can't because of what we've shown against the Packers and what we showed against the Lions. They're going to try to run that ball. It's up to us to make sure they're not successful. Pete, what's your thoughts on the same question?
I mean, look, these teams are flip-flopped from the last time they played in the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, let's just be real about it. When we were in the Super Bowl in 2019, we were the defensive team that ran the ball a ton and could score points if we had to. Like they were the team that had the explosive offense, and their defense was just kind of opportunistic. Well, the roles have turned. Like they've switched now. Like we're the opportunistic defense that depends on turnovers and to bend but don't break. And then our offense is supposed to be the explosive one. But you said the key word right there. Do they run the ball? Are they going to run the ball? Is that going to be the game plan? Because Kyle has shown a propensity to trust in Brock Purdy almost to a fault, I would say, in searching for balance. And so the key to this game is, like you said, run the ball, make this defense. First off, the defense has got to get. There can't be any of these 3rd and 15s. Them getting first downs on 3rd and 15. We can't have any of that. Like second of all, we have to put drives together to keep Pat Mahomes off the field, because I believe Pat Mahomes, while this offense may not be as explosive as it used to be, Pat Mahomes just has this way of doing whatever it takes to keep his team in the game. And granted, he doesn't have the weapons he used to, but he found a way to make those weapons work when he needs to, like in opportune moments. So that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the 49ers to finally get off the field on 3rd and long, and for this defense to kind of step up, be that team. Because I don't think there's going to be a ton of turnovers. It would have to be fumbles or something like that. I don't think Pat Mahomes is going to give them a bunch of picks. So yeah, I just think that they're going to have to get off the field on 3rd and long. Like that's going to be the key.
Yep, I hear you. What about you there, Brandon?
Yeah, I think we should start off hot. Number one. Number two is run the damn ball down their throats. They're ranked 28th on defense for a reason. So if that works out, I think we'll be okay for one. And then on the other side of the ball, our defense really needs to. This is the time where they need to step up, come and play right out the gates. No more of this like trash ass defense I've been seeing the past 2 weeks in the playoffs. Like Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. He's a threat, and Kelsey's a threat. So we need to stick to him. We need to pressure Patrick Mahomes as much as we can. Keep him in the pocket for one. make double team Travis Kelsey. Um, you know, but like Twin and Pete said, this is a different team compared to 2019. It's flip flop, like they were saying. Um, the Chiefs have the defense, we have the offense this time, and I think this. I feel like this is gonna be a low scoring game. To be honest with you, I don't see anybody reaching over 30. Um, and I think Patrick Mahomes might struggle against our D, just because they've had the most drop passes too throughout the season. And I don't know. I just have like I said in the beginning of the show, I have a really good feeling that we're gonna come out victorious this game.
I like it. I
Hope
like
so.
it. Yeah. The Niners just need to start fast. The Niners need to start fast. They need to make sure they put their foot on the pedal, and you can't give leeway to Patrick Mahomes the way we did against two quarterbacks that are not even in the level of Patrick Mahomes. You don't want Patrick Mahomes to play with confidence. You don't want him to be, having control of the situation. You want to be able to put up points and get after the quarterback. What I don't know about you guys, and I want to get your guys' thought process on this, but I have not really been impressed with Chase Young. Yes, he's done some great things since he's been here. I'm not totally knocking out the guy. He's put pressure. He's definitely been an improvement to the defensive line, but I need him to attack Patrick Mahomes. I need him to go after Patrick Mahomes the way that Bosa does. I need another Bosa on the opposite side of him. It can't just be Bosa going after Patrick. We got to get him nervous. We got to have him break the pocket, get him out of his game, and hopefully he'll make a mistake, which he doesn't make many. But we got to rattle him. We can't allow him to be comfortable back there throwing all day. He'll just mess up our secondary. I want to get your thoughts. Do you think this front four, and again, we'll start with Twin, do you think this front four is capable of putting that pressure, and will they do that? Because they haven't been doing it in the last few games, including the playoffs.
I, with Chase and without Chase, I don't think we've been able to put pressure on anybody
That's a
consistently.
good
We
point.
may have moments, flashes here and there.
Right.
And so even if Chase is playing a lot or a little, I still think we're still going to have the same issue as far as consistent pressure with four. And with Patrick knowing that, I believe Andy Reid will disguise his offense to kind of predict our lack of better word, like our attempt to not to get to the quarterback. Like I think he would scheme around that and use it as a way to kind of help keep the ball on their side and just kind of dink and dunk. I believe you look at that first series with the Ravens, they sat there and really just took their time that first drive and they ran that ball down the field. They were methodical. They wasn't necessarily in a rush or anything of that nature. So even if we don't get pressure, even if we do get pressure, I think we might also get in trouble then because we probably have to go man to man to get pressure on Patrick Mahomes as far as bringing the extra defender. And once that happens, our DBs are going to be plastered as far as not being able to look in the backfield. And we all know Patrick Mahomes on third down get like 57% of his rushing yards on third down, and I believe majority of them are for first down. So that's just a complex situation we be in when you're playing against a guy like Patrick Mahomes who can do a little bit of everything, and with a coach like Andy Reid who's seen about all the defenses there is out there to see in this world. So that's just a predicament when you go against guys like those two.
Very well said. What about you, Peter?
So this is the thing. This is the thing about the pass rush. Because I think that people are forgetting what happened the last time the 49ers played the Chiefs in the regular season when, they got their doors blown off. And one of the big reasons was Andy Reid had come up with a masterful game plan against Nick Bosa.
Yes.
A masterful game plan. I went back and watched that game, and Bosa he was completely out of the game. Like they had completely removed. They were running at him. They were letting him run free. They were letting him run free and using his own momentum against him, like constantly, over and over and over again. And they're going to try and do that again. So, like you said, somebody, I don't care who it is, somebody got to stand up when that happens. Because if they're doing that, then that means that somebody else is going to have a free reign. But nobody was able to step up in that last game. I do think that the 49ers have a better defensive line this time around. But yeah, it's all going to be about the two coaching matchups. It's really about Andy versus Wilkes and his play calling, and then you got Spags one of the most clutch defensive play callers in NFL history, really. He has shut down multiple after multiple great offenses in clutch situations. And it does make me nervous, but I do think the 49ers have the horses. It's really it's going to be about the coaching matchup to me.
Interesting. What about you there, Brandon?
I wanted to go on that Bosa point that Pete was saying about last season's game during the regular season. I think this time around, like you said, we do have more depth on the front line. So I think if that does happen again, you'll see Armstead and Hargrave rushing inside, and then you got Chase Young. I think this is where Chase Young has the game and creates more pressure on the other side to help out Nick Bosa, and also I could see Randy Gregory getting in there as well and making a lot of pressure too. So
can I ask the panel a question?
Go ahead.
Does the 49ers defense stop a screen in this game?
That's a good ass question.
I'm just asking.
Well, they gotta cover better in space. Their coverage in space.
They've been getting killed by screens all season.
Yes, they have. Yep.
So does Wilkes make an adjustment to account for that? Because the Chiefs, that's what they do. That's what they do is they call screens. So
he has to.
I'm just wondering how that's going to look.
Well, I think real fast, the tricky part about that is we all know that we can't get a pass rush. And what better, disguise or manipulation is to allow you to think you're getting up the field. You know what I mean? Because everybody's saying, hey, guys, the front four got to do this. The front four got to get to home. The front four. So this is all the D ends are hearing. And we got to make sure we put in this is one thing we got to talk about. It's called adrenaline. Adrenaline is something that is very hard for you to take account of. And so with these guys being at their first Super Bowl and that adrenaline to try to make sure they go out there and be what people thought they were, as far as much money you put into them, I think that's something that we definitely going to have to be worried about because they're going to try to go out there and headhunt.
Yeah, and don't think that Bosa's not thinking about that matchup either because he talked about it in his press conference.
Yep.
It got brought up and he vividly remembered it, what they were doing against him. So he said that was something that he's going to be looking for. But I mean, I don't know what you're going to do when you're asked to. I mean, you got to do your job.
Yep, I like when they asked Bosa on one of those. In the media asked him, what does he think that the offensive line for the Kansas City do best, and he goes hold.
Yeah, for sure,
straight up. And I'm glad he brought that to their attention.
They were one
both
of
their tackles. One has hold 7 times, the other one has hold 8 times.
Yeah, I think they have the most in the league or something like that.
Yep. They got to make sure that they're on top of that because they do like to hold. And we got to get home. We got to get pressure. But I like what Twin said. We got to contain the outside. We got to contain. I know that Chase Young gets caught inside a bit, and by the time he disengages with the offensive lineman, the guy's already running past by him. Pacheco does not bring the speed that Gibbs brings, so that's going to be a plus. Now the guy is a great runner. He's been running great, but he's going to go right down the middle. But we have to contain it outside. We have to stay disciplined on that defensive line, and make sure if we go for it, we got to go make sure we get to it. Do you think that Steve Wilkes needs to blitz in this game?
No.
And if he does, We'll start with Twin. If he does, how many blitzes do you think is ideal? Not to be too much, not too less, to kind of get this defense going.
Um, that has to be situational, man. Some things just have to be timed perfectly. You got to have the right feel. I think this is a game where you miss somebody like Hufanga. A lot of times you got to be able to react and just have the instinct to know, okay, this is,
Mhm.
I see this. I'm not going to show it, but I know it. And that's something that's extremely hard to do when you're playing against in the Super Bowl because it's either boom or bust. But that instinct is something that you need to get three plays to kind of get them in either a third and extremely long, or you can probably get a tip pass in a inaccurate ball or something like that. So blitzing is man, you definitely gonna have to really think about blitzing Patrick Mahomes because back in the
Yeah,
day
because he
he
can
didn't know how
kill
to
you.
read
Yeah.
blitzes as much, but now though he might not have as many explosive guys on the outside, his ability to read and analyze is a lot quicker now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys want to add to that, Pete, and then Brandon?
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea because I will say, like, I'm trying not to be negative, like, but Steve Wilkes is not the greatest at timing his blitzes. Like, let's just be real. And I would rather like to see him use that 5-man front a little bit more. It's not a blatant blitz, but just run a 5-man front
Yep.
and like and get your
That was
pressure
gonna be my
that
next
way. Like because yeah, I just don't think the whole disguising thing is his forte.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was gonna be my next question to you guys too. Is do you guys think we should rush 5? Because I feel like once Chase Young got here, I feel like we were doing that a lot and it was working. So do you think we should do that more in this game, especially against Patrick Mahomes?
It
I
scares
would
me
love
to
to
do that.
I would love to see them do it, but I think that what happened right after Chase got here, guys started going down. Like defensive linemen
True.
started going down, and
True.
that's why they kind of went away from it. I think, but like it's because they just didn't have the depth. But I think all the depth is back, so I mean, there's really no excuse not to do it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Spags doesn't want to be a head coach. He said it. He likes being he's kind of like our D line coach, Kasaric. He doesn't want to be head coach. He loves his position. Spags loves being a DC.
He wasn't a head coach before.
I think of the Rams maybe or something.
Yeah, he was the Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams,
So
right? Yeah,
maybe he just didn't like the.
It was bad.
I don't know, but there's a reason. I mean, especially if you're one already and you were successful, why not just do what you're good at, the best out of you?
Yeah.
And he is definitely. What is their mantra? In Spags we trust.
Yes, sir.
That's what they're preaching over there. So
Yeah.
we just got to see if Kyle. I'm interested to see the matchup between Kyle and him playing chess.
That's,
Because
Kyle got to take that as a challenge. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Kyle,
seriously.
it's got to be personal.
Yeah.
and I
It's gotta
think he
be
is going to
personal.
take it personal.
I hope so.
Hey, real
Have a
quick,
drink.
guys.
Have a drink before the game, Kyle.
So
Yeah.
last year, right, when we played against KC, that was CMC's first game.
Yeah.
Now that CMC has had a full season and
Jimmy was playing.
and Jimmy was playing.
Can't
You
forget
think
about
Kyle-
Jimmy.
You think Kyle runs the ball a lot more compared to what he has done in the past? Now that we have CMC against this defense.
Well, I hope so. I think the Niners should run not just with CMC. I think they should mix in other running back. But I'm thinking about 30 times
see you,
running
Twin.
the ball 30 times. What are your thoughts there, Mr. Empire?
So I'm gonna go back to that real fast, but I'm talking about the 5-man front. I do believe they could be successful, mainly because we don't have the 3 wide receivers that could be as
Exactly.
dangerous as the other teams that we did just finish seeing. You know,
Mhm.
if Marquez, MV, whoever will kill us or beat us,
MVS.
or Rice and what's the third guy? What's the other guy name? I can't even think of his name. But if those
She
three
Rice.
guys,
He's playing.
Yeah,
Right.
they win with him being on the sideline, bro.
yeah,
really
it's
about
Rice,
the tight ends.
MVS, and the other guy. But
Mhm.
I would have to trust my DBs to go out there and play big boy ball and keep an extra defender instead of extra DB. And I do agree with you guys. I think that would help us, especially on known passing. I mean, on known rushing downs. You know, so I would say that. But what was the other question? I'm sorry, I went kind of blank for a second.
Do you think the Niners should run the ball a lot with the running backs? I was thinking about maybe 30 runs in that game.
I want to say yes. I've been saying that for the last like 4 games in a row, and every time I say it, we pass the ball 3 straight times coming out every series in shotgun. In every series, I bet y'all go back and look. In every series, on at least 2 of those, a ball get tipped. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And Chris
actually, you only
Jones
get
is good
down.
at doing that. So
And Chris Jones is an excellent individual when it comes to getting his hands up. And I know they're watching that tape and saying, hey, guys, y'all see what's happening. So, man, I would love for us to run that ball 30-plus times, you know, and start the game off in 22 or 21 personnel. I'll be like, oh, my God, we on the shotgun? You know, I'll be extremely happy to see that for once in our first series. But Kyle has become, again, like y'all said earlier, this is a different team. We knew back in 2019, hey, listen here, it was a high percentage chance we were about to run that ball in the I formation format, you know. And so I don't know, like I want to, but it's Kyle, man.
Well, Kyle also said too in the press, in the media last night. I don't know if it was last night or this morning, but he said something that, you know, he kind of lets Brock kind of decide what to do as well. Like he's given that leeway to Brock to where, you know, he'll make those kind of decisions on his own with the passes that he throws. And
don't be trying to pass the buck, Kyle.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to pass the buck.
what do you mean? That's what Kyle does best.
Don't nobody believe that.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. Like this is gonna be a different game for sure, and I just hope that Kyle is more laid back this game and not conservative at all, as he was during that second half in the Super Bowl back in 2019.
Can I say? But how long? Hey, Twin, how many shows have we done in the past like three weeks? And we talked about what they have to do and that they have to run the ball.
Yeah.
And how many times do they come out in the beginning of the game? The first two drives, they come out, not one run. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like, and Kyle can say whatever he wants. I don't really care what Kyle says because I don't believe him. He lies to our face on a regular basis. Like so, it's all about
somebody has trust issues.
No. It's not trust issues. He's telling you. He's telling you without telling you.
Which coach doesn't lie though, bro? Come on.
I'm not saying hey, as long as we get away with the win, I don't care. But when we sit there and we look back at the thing and we look bad in the beginning and we blame it on the game script, I don't want to hear any of that. Like
Pete, you know who we blame it on? Nah, Pete, we'll blame on the defense. We'll say the defense ain't showing up.
Yeah,
they've been out there for.
He'll put Steve Wilkes under the bus again.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Kyle ain't gonna go. Kyle's not gonna be the one. Like, so he's not gonna tell on himself. So this is the thing. Do they need to run the ball? Absolutely. Will they? Who knows? Who knows? Because Kyle has always got to zig when everybody thinks he's going to zag. That's Kyle's thing. He's always been that way. He's never going to do the obvious. It's probably going to be Juszczyk getting more carries than CMC in the beginning. Who knows?
Damn. Okay.
Real quick, guys, we got a super chat, so let me address the super chat real quick. I just want to say, anyway, I hate those files. God, I hate when I do that. Every time I clean my desktop and those files go somewhere into the universe of iCloud. I love iCloud and I hate iCloud at the same time. But anyway, I'm just going to bring the super chat in the normal way. Normally, I have a whole nice setup for super chats. I apologize for tonight for that. My apologies. So I'll bring it in here.
Let's go.
Here but I still want to acknowledge.
Money.
I still want to acknowledge
Money.
Roberto, Dave. There you go. Come on, guys. Background.
Must be the money.
For the $2 super chat, I think Kyle needs to get in his bag for reals. Well, if he doesn't, he's gonna have to stay in his bag for damn sure. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Bag's gonna be on his head.
Here comes the money.
There it is.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Appreciate.
I thought it was
Here
gonna be
comes-
the old Dion song. Have you heard the old Dion song? Must be the money.
Yeah, I haven't heard it in a minute,
Hey,
but
must see the money.
Shout out to my boy Adam, rest in peace. Like that was his he used to bump that going into school.
that's telling our age, bro. Telling our age.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. This game, listen, at the end of the day, the Kyle needs to get into his bag, and Kyle needs to make sure to pull out all the stops, man. Don't hold back. Don't play conservative. Don't hesitate. You know, don't be a Dan Campbell either, and go for it in every fourth down. But you got to be creative. Do you guys think that the Niners have a trick play in their bag in this game? And do you think that it might only come up if it needs to be? Twin,
Watch
go
out
ahead.
for Demo.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been the one calling for a little trickeration, you know what I mean, here and there, mainly because we're so consistent and when not doing anything that's surprising. Mainly because it shows that you're willing to risk it all this time, and similar to how you maybe didn't last time. Whether it's I remember Mitch Wisnowski called his own number earlier this year, but I saw the man. I said, "Oh my God, he had some burners! Like he had like a 20-something miles per hour run." I was like, "Okay, that to me, you utilize that. You know, if you could. Now, do you want to bring it out on the Super Bowl? I don't know, but there's certain Super Bowls that I remember Bill Belichick doing some things. You like, oh my goodness, this was a trick play, or Sean Payton going for the onside kick. You know, like there's things that they did just to say, hey man, it's the Super Bowl. So would I like Kyle Shanahan to kind of do something on fourth down and say, forget it, I'm going for the mustard? You know, hey, go for it. Because then I know he's been a little loose. He may have took a shot of Hennessy or something like that before the game. He's like, forget it, I'm finna let my nuts drop tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo,
And
he was
that's what I
howling.
want to see, man. Hey,
Yeah,
drop
on the
them
dark
balls,
liquor.
man. Pause.
Yeah, I'm with you.
He on the
I'm
dark
with
liquor.
you. Go ahead, Pete. Add
Yeah.
to that. I'm trying to find this clip real quick as you guys are
I
talking.
mean, I feel like our whole offense is trick plays. I think that
That's true.
I think that everything is motion this, misdirection that, and I think that that's why sometimes it looks like that we don't do a lot of it is because our whole offense is that. And I think sometimes Kyle would do well just to do the obvious and just to know that his players are better than the players in front of him and just to take the obvious 2 or 3 yards. That's what I would like to see from Kyle is just to go out there, show some confidence in his guys, and just go and get the 2 or 3 yards. Don't do 2 and 3 motions to hand the ball off to Juice. I don't want to see any of that. I just want him to go out there. I just want him to win the game. Just go out there and win the game. I don't need all the extra. I just need you to do what it takes to win the game and not think too much. Just get out your own head and not try to do too much.
Freaking twin.
Yep. Just don't do
Whatever
too
I
much.
said to pause along the way.
All right, let's do another super chat. Real quick, let's do another super chat. We got another super chat. Let me bring it up. Hold on, guys. Maybe I get it to work this time. 2019, and once again, thank you for the super chat. We were concerned about our offense, not our defense. Now we're going into this Super Bowl a little bit more concerned about our defense. But I think if this defense can play the way they played against Dallas, the Jaguars, the Eagles, we should win this game pretty handily. It's just what defense are we getting right off the bat? Go ahead, Mr. Empire.
What do y'all
Quick
think?
question, guys.
I was gonna
Just
say,
a real
what-
quick question though, because I gotta be messy for a hot second. I like being messy. You know what I'm saying?
Bring it on, baby.
Pause.
How many games have we won when we scored under 24 points this year, guys? Because I know we talk about the defense having to play, but apparently, if we don't score no points offensively, we still catch an L. So I'm just asking for the offense to be 2 MVPs and several All Pros. It's only when we don't score over 24 points, which is pretty much league average, that we catch an L. So I mean, hey, that's all I
That's a
had to
good
say.
point. If the Niners score over 27 points, they're winning this game.
Or
Oh,
24.
I would agree. I would
You know,
agree that.
I mean,
that-
listen,
that was the case.
against the Lions, I said this earlier before we went on the air, they fell behind 24-7. They were pretty much mistreated, mishandled, or any way you want to put it, against the Lions. The Lions had everything going for them. They were playing with hype, and the Niners regrouped, came back, and gave them 27 unanswered points. That quick on the board, 27. Now, some things, again, had to fall our way. We got a little bit of luck, some dumb coaching from Dan Campbell, but we still put up the points. Even on that hit on the helmet where you caught it for 51 yards, if we don't punch it in, it's for nothing. So we still had to punch it in and get those points. So this offense can score. And the defense, it's like anything else, in my opinion. They feed off each other. They got to just put that pressure. Now, I don't know if Brandon wants to talk or he's trying to touch a spider or something, but if you're trying to talk, bro, go ahead.
No, real quick, I just want to point out there as well that realize that the Chiefs only scored 17 points in that AFC Championship game, and they
won.
haven't been scoring past 30 points this season a lot. So keep an eye out on that too during this game.
Yeah, they lost to the Ravens. I mean, they won the Ravens, and the Ravens lost because of those crucial 3 turnovers, and 2 of them won by the receiver at the end zone.
End zone, man.
And then the one that Lamar Jackson threw. I mean, I know the receiver was picking up his hands, but he's between 3 defenders. I don't care what Lamar should have been more careful with that throw. He was trying to make something out of nothing by that point. And I think
he just got impatient. He just got impatient.
Spaloga, whatever his name is, got into Lamar's head, and that's what he does with his defense. He gets into the opposing offense head, and that's something that he's going to try to do to the young kid Brock. But Brock is a whole different animal in the sense of the way he handles pressure. How many screens do you think we need to do to be successful with Debo?
Screens?
And do you think that we should give you some screens to do?
Who wants to go first? I would say this. I really don't want to see screens. A bunch of screens.
Yeah.
Like you can do the occasional like wide receiver screen with Debo. Maybe 1 or 2 with Christian McCaffrey, but I would really much rather them just be physical and run the ball if they're going to do screens. Like that's my personal preference. I just think that when you do screens like that, especially for whatever reason, teams love to play Brock close to the line because Kyle's offense is really intermediate. Like I mean, they like to throw intermediate to short passes. So those defenders are not going to be like they're not going to find them way off the line. Like they're going to be playing close to the line. That's why, unless they're playing a bad team, those screens don't necessarily work out too well when they play up against better defenses.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's address this question because she's brought it up multiple times on here. the whole field
Bring that up, too.
situation for practice. The Niners are practicing at the UV field, which is outside. All mass. I heard they put grass on
they
there, but
stuck-
they put grass.
Yeah, they
1
put
week
grass on
before.
top of the turf.
Yeah, so it's really soft. It's like
Yeah.
running in quicksand, and then you got the Chiefs playing indoors, and something
Raiders.
similar happened to the Niners and Ravens, and then the Niners were stupid enough to let the Ravens practice inside, and the Chiefs are saying, nope, you're staying out there. And she wants to know if this will affect the Niners in the Super Bowl. I don't know if it'll affect them in the game, but I'm worried that he can get hurt in practice. And I think that's where they're trying to be cautious, is having one of their players. If you guys remember, in 2019, I believe we practiced outside or we practiced on turf, and D4 got hurt on that, and he was never the same in that injury. So the Niners like to practice on grass, but I want to get your thoughts to this question. We'll start with Twin, Pete, and then Brandon. What are your thoughts? Do you think this can be a huge factor into this game?
If you have a problem running or not running, like practicing with that, run the ball. Just run the ball. You don't have to worry about somebody falling on 10-yard outs or ins or nothing of that nature.
Yeah,
Just run the ball. You kind of
yeah.
help 85% of things that could go wrong if you're passing the ball and you hoping the wide receiver will be there, because this is a timing offense. Everything is about timing. You know what I mean? So if you hit that back foot and do slip here or something like that, hey, if I run the ball, I don't care who slipped. You know what I mean? So that'll be my answer to that, because at the end of the day, as much as the Eagles cried about the field last year, it ain't gonna help us. You know what I'm saying? It didn't help them at all. So we should learn from their mistakes. Hey, forget all that. Nobody's gonna cry. Nobody's gonna care about your excuses. So only control what you can control, and that's Kyle Shanahan play calling. And to me, in the words of George Kittle, as he said it on Pat McAfee's show, hey man, I love to see a little more zone running game to the left.
Hello.
He like, hey,
that
I
wasn't
don't
the first
mind
time. That was the first. That wasn't the first time he said it either.
Yep.
He keeps saying it, and he's a tight end. Just so y'all know, he's a pass catching right tight end as well. So
Yeah, it didn't make any sense to me. Like, I mean, we're gonna keep. I know this. What I am not gonna do this week is I am not going to frustrate myself begging for Kyle to run the ball. Like, I'm not gonna do it because, like I said in the last game against the Lions, I'm gonna give it up to God. Like, I'm gonna give it up to God. If he sees in his will to put it on, to make Kyle have an epiphany that is the way to win this game, then so be it. But like, I am not about to beg Kyle to do the obvious anymore. It is a recipe for just insanity.
Real quick, guys, I don't know if this is directed to us or if he's talking to someone else in the chat. 49er Minor says, I'll jump on if you guys send me the link. Otherwise, I'll be chatting. If you want to come on here, we'll bring you on. Let me know. Send me a text real quick, Bash, on Twitter, and I'll send you the link. But I don't know if you're talking to someone else about going into their. Oh, is he? Okay, yeah. Send him the link, Brandon.
Okay.
Send him to Ecam, and we'll bring him on for a little bit. Okay. But yeah, so how excited you guys are in going to this Super Bowl this year?
Brandon, I don't think he answered.
No, I didn't. Just real quick.
Brandon. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Real quick just basically.
Sorry.
Basically, they had. So UNLV's last football game was December 26th, if I'm not mistaken. The NFL waited to put that sod on to that artificial grass like 2 weeks ago.
No, week.
Was it a week?
Yeah, a week, bro.
So
that's a week.
That's a fuck up on their part, and they look stupid for it. That's my only complaint. But Kyle said yesterday,
they don't care.
Yeah, yesterday, like Kyle said, that it's fine. They're gonna practice on it, and it's whatever. Like, move on. Let's not talk about it anymore. It is what it is. Um, we'll just go in there and prove everybody wrong on how good we are, even with a fucked up practice field.
Anybody want to add to that?
I mean, just go out there and win the game. Like you've been,
Run the ball.
you played how many games to this point? How many practices? I get it that you have to do some run throughs and that kind of stuff, but y'all know what you need to do. Like you have some walkthroughs and just get in there and do what you got to do.
Do you need to practice to miss tackles?
I mean, for real.
Fuck.
I'm just saying. Do you need to practice to miss tackles? Because they do that shit very well. Maybe they shouldn't practice. Yeah, but on a serious note, do you think that's something that defense will wrap up and make sure in this game that they're going to miss some tackles? It's really hard.
I want to see gang tackling. Like, I want to see a return to gang tackling.
Listen here. We in Vegas, right, guys?
That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right, man. This is one thing I know about wrapping up. I don't care if you going to go get you a Trojan, Durex, skim, lamb skim,
Prostitute.
hey, what?
Lamb
Hey,
skim.
saran wrap, whatever it is, man. Whatever you need to wrap up
Tinfoil.
with, go get it. Go grab it from your local grocery store, CVS, Walgreens, whatever the case may be.
Hey,
We
wrap the
definitely
fuck up.
up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes in Vegas, you gonna have to double wrap. You know what I mean? So listen here. It has to be mandatory that we wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can't be in Sin City and not wrap up. That's all I'm gonna say. And I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap up. You guys want to add something? You guys add something else to what I bring
I
in.
got
Bashar?
nothing.
I have no
I got
comment.
nothing. No mames.
No mames way.
No mames.
No shit.
I got. I mean, yeah, I got nothing.
Nothing.
My bad.
He silenced us.
Yeah, my mom's watching right now.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
not mom.
Hey, Beto. There's what's the question? I want to get your thoughts on somebody in the comment section that said only thing I'm worried about is it might come down to a kick, and I'm not confident with Moody. He has missed the last 3 games. What are your guys'
I'm
thoughts?
not.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest with you. I'm not too concerned with Moody. If we get to that point, we're in trouble. I think we should handle our business. Moody's going to do what he did. I mean, he missed 1 kick and made 2 last week. So, hey, it's a 50-50 when he kicks. Try to keep him as close as possible. He's clicking indoor. Now, one thing he did say, he kicked there last year when he played in college. I forgot what. And he was very good there. So maybe that'll continue. I mean, if he blames the win, unless some big fat guy farts when the ball's in the air, he should be fine.
Hey,
Wow.
Bashar's
The wheels are falling all the way off.
No, he's green. What are you talking
What's
about?
up, Bash?
What's
What
up,
up? How you guys
Bash?
doing?
Another day.
Pretty
in the
good,
life.
man. How are you?
Good to see you. You guys are just laughing, having fun.
You know,
Always.
He's like, I had to get in this.
yeah, we got to hold back the tears.
What are your thoughts, Bash? What are your thoughts on the game?
In regards to what exactly?
Anything.
Wrapping
Anything that
up.
comes to your mind.
You're wrapping up.
What's your
People need
go-to
to-
contraceptive? Sir?
I
That's
mean,
gonna be
I'm
my.
I'm just playing.
That's gonna be my tweet. Like through
A
that.
lot of
the
big
whole
mess
game.
ups. A
Wrap
lot of
up.
big mess ups.
Wrap up.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
other than wrapping up on defense, I saw some film where in the Lions game, especially in the first half, I mean, people are trying to blame Chase Young this and Chase Young that. Maybe he had 1 or 2 bad plays that really stood out, but I saw Fred Warner shooting the wrong gaps on multiple plays in the run game. Same with Oren Burks. Both of them doing it on the same fucking plays. we can't have that at all. If you better know your fucking assignment, you better hit the right gap on your assignment, and therefore, if everybody's on the same page, we're getting whoever's running the ball. I don't give a fuck if it is Pacheco or whatever, man. Just people got to be focused, man. I mean that was the most pissed I've seen Steve Wilkes in a presser as of late, and hopefully he relays his message tenfold to
we
this
gotta
damn
put some
defense,
money in
because
there.
you got the money up there.
On that note, Chase Young actually said, basically, like, he got asked about about the defense and how they've been playing and stuff, and he said, yeah, we gotta step up and play better, and that's gonna happen this game. So
Yeah,
I mean,
our
Saying
defense
it
is
and
due
doing
for a
are
big
two
game,
different
man.
things, though.
Yeah, our defense
yeah,
is due for.
I know. That's what I'm
We've seen
saying.
them
Like,
do it before. We've seen our defense play like big time on a all pro level at times. They just got to do it. We know they can do it. They just have to step up and do it.
Yeah, they got to come out right away and take and control the tempo defensively. Let the Kansas City Chiefs. We're here. We're going to be here all day. You can't allow them to run on you the way the Packers did, the way that the Lions did. You got to cover up that space. Those bubble screens that they're going to do. You got to make sure you wrap up. And Fred Warner missed a couple of wraps, so that's unusual for him. But he's done it this year. It started to show his ugly face towards the end of the year, and it really showed his face in the playoffs. But with that said, coming in the second half of that Lions game, they started to wrap up, and I even saw Chase in there wrapping up. We're going to definitely need him to do more of that in this game. Like Bash said, if they come out and do what they're supposed to do, on paper, they're a much better team than the Chiefs, besides the quarterback and Patrick Mahomes. But if they come out and do their thing and put up points, if they start putting 30 points on the Chiefs, I don't see the Chiefs catching up. They just don't put up points this year. Your guys' thoughts?
they have the most drop passes in this season.
Yeah. I don't. If they win, if the 49ers score 30, there's a good chance that they win the game. Because KC doesn't really score points like that. But at the same time, they got to score 30. So, and honestly, they're going against a really good defense. Let's just be real. They've got good corners, and normally I wouldn't say anything about a team's corners because the way Shanny's offense works is it plays against the rules of your defense. So your corner doesn't really matter because he's playing against the rules of your corner. But it's been because of the lack of the consistency in the run game. I think it's allowed teams to really key on what Shanny wants to do. And so I think that's going to really be key that Shanny just gets physical in this game and just kind of goes back to the bully style a little bit. And because that's when everything else opens up.
Yep. So Bash, as you came in late, what are three key things you want to see your offense do to that defense of the Chiefs?
Well, there's one main one that I'm going to bring up, but it's really generic. But I'll bring up one that a lot of people may have not brought up. Target Kittle a whole lot more than freaking 2 times or 3 times. I mean, you target him at least 6 times, 7 times, if be it.
Make him have.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, make him have a game.
Exactly. I mean, there's few people in this league that can guard him, especially with all the weapons that people have to worry about on our team. CMC, Debo, now we got Joel Jennings in the mix, Ayuk, you name it. I mean, yeah, make Kittle a focal point. If he's not open, get to the other guys. I get it. And then obviously this is the generic part. Run the damn ball. I mean, get CMC over 75 yards. If we're over 75 yards for CMC this season, including the playoffs, we're 12-1. CMC gets 75 plus yards, we're 12-1. So try to get him 100 is what I'm saying. You got to mix in Elijah Mitchell. That's fine. Just again, pound the hell of that running game. Try to expose them with the run game. If you only get 2 yards to pop on certain plays, be consistent. Keep running the ball. I don't care. Just do it. I mean, eventually we'll wear them out and we'll find it. CMC can find that crease eventually and get that big run, or maybe Elijah Mitchell could, or maybe Jordan Mason could. Put them in when they got their fresh legs. CMC might get a little tired. And then again, it will open the play action. They want to stack the box. I trust Purdy way more than any of our past quarterbacks. If anybody wants to stack the box on us, I really do. So let's do this.
How much of a factor do you guys think that what we saw in Purdy against the Lions when he was able to run for those first downs and use his legs, how much of that do you think he did it because he had to do it, improvise to try to extend that play, but how much of that you think will be in the design in this game? I know it was not designed in that game, but you think it would be implemented into this game with possible runs for Purdy?
Not exactly.
I think.
Go ahead, Twin.
No, I think so. Say for instance, sometimes we know that Brock can be a little gunslinger. We love it, and sometimes he gives a little at times.
Yeah.
But at a game like this, I think it's best to hop on your horse and run. You know what I mean? Like if anything, all right, man. This is a Super Bowl. If I get any positive yardage, it's a good thing, and we have to be honest. Then you put the defense in a precarious situation where if they try to tackle you, I know we ain't trying to get him hurt or nothing like that, but we've seen plays where a guy slides and the defender is so excited and they get a penalty, and then next thing you know, he might not have gotten the first down, but he got pushed out of bounds or he got hit improperly, and there we get another 15 yards and a new fresh set of downs. And so we saw that with the Chiefs versus the Ravens. I know you guys brought up those turnovers, but I would tell people, look at those penalties that was unforced because of unsportsmanlike conduct, or somebody was being a little excessive after the penalty. I mean, after the echoes of the whistle. So when you are the team that's not only playing smart football, but also you're not doing the dumb stuff like a penalty after the play and things like that, they can really cost you in the Super Bowls, where we know we're not probably going to get maybe 8 to 10 opportunities to get the ball and try to go down there and score. So that's my little 2 cents on that situation.
Anyone else want to add to that? Bash?
About Brock Purdy running, I mean, I don't want them to necessarily force it, but there's a finesse involved, right? When the time is right, you catch him off guard, catch him slipping, boom.
You better run for it, run for it, run.
Yeah, there you go.
They're not designing any. They're not going to design any runs for him.
It would be nice to see him slide every now and then too, just in case. Because if he slides and somebody tries to hit him, boom, hey, extra 15 yards, right? So that would hurt.
Yeah, that's a good point. Slide.
Yeah.
Something he doesn't do too much, man.
Slide. Come kid.
Yeah, I don't think they'll plan any run plays for Brock at all. The only time I think you'll see him running is basically if he can't find anybody open and he has to run for like a first down or whatever.
What about?
I do feel like they're going to be looking for it.
Yeah.
Are we going to run Silverback on Trent Williams on some tackle eligible plays? Get him a touchdown or what?
If they're up, I could see.
Yeah.
It.
If they're up like 14,
run him at fullback.
I could see it.
Yeah, if they're up, I don't have any problem with it.
So let me ask you guys this question: when we win this game, who do you think is going to be the MVP? Not named CMC. Go ahead, Twin, and then Bash, and then Pete, and then Brandon. In that order, go ahead and go. Who's your MVP? Not named CMC.
So earlier I did a show on Monday, and I said George Kittle.
Okay.
I mean, we saw what Kelsey has done over the last couple Super Bowls. Even the ones he lost, he's been extremely productive. You know what I mean? And a lot of Niners fans have believed that we have somebody either equal to or just as good as Kelsey, but our offense is kind of different. So, I mean, if Kittle has a great game, I don't remember seeing us losing a lot of games, just in general. So, Hey, let's go, Kittle.
I like it. What about you, Bash?
My bad. MVP. I say Purdy. If it's not gonna be CMC, it's gonna be Purdy.
I like that. I like that. So if Purdy is MVP, what are you looking at? 280, 300 yards, maybe 2 touchdowns, 1 run and touchdown?
Maybe 250 to 280. He could get 300, but I don't see us throwing the ball that much. But probably about a 3 touchdown game would probably ensure the MVP if we win. See a 3 touchdown game.
Okay. Pete, who's your MVP?
I'm gonna say Debo.
Debo.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
Debo.
Debo.
I have a feeling he's gonna break one.
Oh,
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
definitely. And he's gonna break on one of those screens that you don't want to run, Pete.
No. It's gonna be a no. It's gonna be an end around.
Okay.
It's gonna be on an end around
I
or a
love
little
it.
2-yard hitch or something.
There you go. Brandon, who's your MVP?
so do we have to pick a different player if somebody else chooses one?
No, you can agree with them.
All right, I'm going with Bash. I'm going with MV Purdy. The guy has proven, like, time and time again how good he is, and if he shows up and beats Patrick Mahomes, he deserves that MVP. And that's the one reward, Super Bowl MVP, that matters the most instead of the regular season MVP. Just saying.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm gonna go with
Oh,
Brandon.
can you listen to the headlines? Can you hear the headlines now?
Oh, dude, can you imagine?
Can you imagine on ESPN that next day when they have to admit that
They won't.
it doesn't matter if you gave me.
They'll keep moving the goalposts, bro. Trust me.
Yeah.
They'll keep moving it. I'm gonna go with the MVP. And I know we have to throw the ball a lot for this to happen, but I think Brandon Ayuk can definitely get an MVP. This kid is special, man.
Yay.
This guy, he wants to get paid. He wants that ring. What a way to negotiate your contract with it when providing that ring for the team. Let's talk now. So I say Brandon Ayuk in this game, but I'll be honest with you. I don't care if the janitor is the MVP as long
Come
as
on
he's got
now.
a trophy. As long as we bring home the 6, the janitor, the water
Big
boy,
Dom.
The one that
You know
we've
what I
all
mean?
been waiting for.
get the
Come on, Big
MVP.
Dom.
Yeah, even Don over there with the stupid ass Italian face can be the MVP if we get
damn
this.
Italian.
See, let me ask you guys this: we win the Super Bowl, we get the ring. Let's say Brock Purdy is the MVP.
Fuck, dude.
Forget about what the talking heads say. How much does that change the negotiations for Mr. Brock Purdy for money getting paid with the Niners?
He won't get paid for about another year.
Yeah,
He
it
won't-
won't do
no.
nothing.
But no, I'm not talking pay it right away. But I'm talking about the dollars are going to go way up because of that Super Bowl. That's what the reference that I'm getting at. How much more does that money go up if he wins that Super Bowl?
Unfortunately, he has another year. So if he does win the Super Bowl, somebody say like strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean?
Exactly. He can't do that.
He can't. He wouldn't be able to do that because he could ask for any goddamn thing if his extension was this offseason. He'd be like, "Look, I want $60 million," and Jerry Joker be like, "Okay."
He can ask.
You know what I
He can
mean?
ask Toyota for more money.
Well, he's getting money
Yeah.
from Toyota. Hey, can he sit out if he wanted to?
No.
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 I don't think.
No, he would take
He's on his
heavy
rookie
penalty.
contract.
Okay.
Yeah, they
So
get
that's what, another
they
2
get,
years, right?
NFL players get
1 year.
really, like they really have no choice. They
Yeah.
have really no choice in the matter. Like it is what it is. Like they make it real stiff penalties.
So let me
For,
rephrase the
yeah.
question then. If they would you guys be upset if they rewarded him with a huge contract this offseason?
Well, they can't.
Well, they can if they want to reward
They
him.
can.
Yeah.
They can do it
No, they
early.
can't.
They can extend it. They can extend him early. I think. Can't
No,
they?
they can't. No, they can't. They can't do
Yeah.
any negotiations until the next season.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Really?
Okay.
I
Yeah.
gotta look into that.
He's not a first.
Like
He's not.
one more
He's not a
year.
first.
Yeah, no, we all know he's not a first rounder. Hey, but
Yeah,
what about
yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant? What about the seventh
Purdy.
rounders?
Yeah. Well, you're talking about Purdy. Yeah, with Purdy, that they actually have to wait. You're right. Mhm.
Yeah, they got to wait
Yeah, it's
for
one
him.
more year.
Yep. I was thinking about Brandon Ayuk. My bad.
And real
Yeah.
quick, I want to get your thoughts on what Jed York said about when
Jed
Kyle
York.
came up to him and said, our
That he was
third
the
string
guy.
quarterback might be the best quarterback on the team, right after you gave up 3 number ones to go and get Trey Lance.
Mhm.
What are you guys' thoughts on that?
They were paying Jimmy still.
And they were
He should've
paying, and
just
they
showed-
paid Jimmy. That
I
takes
wouldn't
balls,
mind
doesn't
hearing
it?
I wouldn't mind hearing that after the Super Bowl. I
Yeah.
thought it wasn't necessarily needed for now.
It's
I
silly.
think the story itself has
True,
been
true.
great so far.
Yeah.
To me, there was like a little bit extra, like, we ain't done
Yeah.
nothing actually just yet. So you've been chilling in the background, ain't saying nothing. Keep chilling in the background. Don't be saying
Right.
nothing. You know what I mean? So that was
Right.
my 2 cents on the situation.
Yeah, it was
That's just
kind
me,
of
though.
ironic that he brought that up. I'm like, dude, what? You know, I don't know if he did that to put more fire on Kyle, like, you know what I mean, the Super Bowl, or what his agenda was. But I'm like, wrong time, bro. It's like maybe Jay York forgot that he wasn't speaking for long, and then he got it. It's like they let him out. You know, the dog you keep in the house for too long, you let him out, and it takes off running.
That's really
I think Jed did that, right?
Yeah, that's really what it was. Like he should have just been quiet and just stay and gave the little typical know nothing answers that every single owner gives. Just
Well,
supporting his
unless you're
supporting
Jerry
his-
Jones.
Well, who cares? I mean, Jared. It could be. Look at their situation. Like
Yeah.
look at the Cowboy situation. I mean, there's a reason why they are where they are. So
That's a
I mean,
show, right?
we expect that kind of stuff. We don't. We expect that kind of stuff out of the Cowboys. We don't expect that out of a culture like the 49ers.
Yeah.
And
And,
losing
like-
to Dan Quinn, is that a blessing for them or a misfortune for the Cowboys defense?
I don't think it matters as long as Mike McCarthy is there.
Ooh, I like that.
I don't think it matters because at the end of the day, they'll still not make it to the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky says diarrhea of the mouth.
What you talking about?
York. It would have to be York.
Okay.
Or
Oh,
Jerry.
Yeah, York.
It could be Jerry too, because Jerry, nothing comes out of him but shit. It's like just keep you and the owner of the Patriots keep going to the nudie bars. Have your dollars ready. Do what you do best. Pull out the dollar bills.
Ooh.
But all right, guys, we're heading to the Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl 58. What's up? It's that kid 916. Welcome to the show. We're headed to the Super Bowl. Second time in 5 years. 4 NFC appearances. Now so far 2 Super Bowl appearances. We want to obviously win the Super Bowl. I am confident we can do it. But let's just say, for sake of argument, Mahomes becomes Mahomes and we end up losing this game once again. In your opinion, is this whole season a failure or just not a failure, but we did not reach our goal? I'll start with Bash on this one.
I wouldn't say it's a failure because we learned that Brock Purdy wasn't a fluke. I was kind of, Brock Purdy getting injured. Even Brock Purdy never got injured. People would sit and assume it's a fluke that he did well the year before, right? They would say, oh, one of those one hitter quitter type of deals, Nick Foles, one hit wonder type of deals. But Purdy comes back in the second season. Not only starts playing well, but overcomes a crazy injury. Then you see improvements in his game, and you see him airing the ball out. You see improvements with his arm strength, and he's just overcoming all these obstacles. So, in terms of the development process to figure out where we are with the quarterback, I wouldn't call a season a wasted season at all. Sure, the ultimate goal is the Super Bowl, but I definitely see things we can do possibly in the future to build from it. We have a ton of draft picks coming up. If we hit on some of those picks, it'll probably ensure us for the next few years to keep going. So, but of course, it's going to be disappointing. I mean, I'm trying to put a positive spin on possibly losing the Super Bowl, but I mean, you still have to look forward and move ahead. And what can you do? I mean, you can't win them all, but we'll see what happens, man.
And this is the draft that you want to have a lot of picks. I heard it's pretty
It's a very
deep
good
pool.
draft.
Very good draft to pick players.
Linemen, wide receivers.
Yep. Hey, Mr. Empire, Super Bowl or bust for you?
Man, bust. Super Bowl bust. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm not that. I'm a little. I'll be peed off, honestly, because I mean, you look at this team. We recite numbers. We recite MVP candidates. We recite once again a year where we got like 5+ All Pros on our team, and it's like, okay, and we lost again. And the whole thing is from 2019 to now was a developing quarterback to be able to get us over the hump. And then if we just look at it, we at the same spot where we was as far as a team that get real close and then we lose again. And so for me, man, I just look at the talent and then the injuries. Whereas we wasn't like, I mean, I know we had Hufanga and Colin Farrell, but other than that, Keelan Farrell, but other than that, like we didn't have a lot of injury as well. And we all seen us not have that type of consistency when it comes to people staying healthy. And so you have to be able to strike while the fire
iron's
is hot, man. And yeah, with the iron is hot. And I would think it's a bust because nobody thought the Kansas City Chiefs would be who they were this year compared to who we are. And for them to be able to beat us again, I'll be like, this some bullshit, man. And I ain't gonna lie, I'll be salty and say this was a bust. I can't.
Yeah.
It's just like taking a girl out 10 times, invested all that money in her, and you only got the third base, and you got blue balls for 5 years, man. Listen here, that you are definitely not excited.
Brandon's loving it.
I'm just saying, ain't nobody sitting over here happy. You are mad as I don't know what going on. So
I don't
that's
think
me.
So happy.
I would literally be a bust.
Hey, I love
Jeans and
it.
all.
This is why I asked the question.
she's
'cause I
my
wanna get-
friend. She's my friend.
I want to get
I
your
got
guys'
friends
key
on.
thoughts. Brandon, Super Bowl or bust, and I'm going to finish it with Pete, and then we'll get out of here.
All right, here's my answer. We don't have to worry about that because we win in the damn thing.
We win that.
You
Yes,
fuck.
go.
Come on,
Guaranteeing
God
a
damn
win.
it.
Go.
We win in the damn
Don't name it W. Hey, I wasn't here when you guys played that song you guys danced to. So are we gonna play another song before we close it out? Just saying.
What song was that?
I don't know. You guys were dancing to some fucking song earlier.
It's money, 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 money.
Oh,
money.
yeah.
Money.
I do that. I put that on for my super chats
Oh, okay. There you
because
go.
the money is coming down the stream. What about Pete? Take us away, brother. Give us an answer, your thoughts, and close out the show.
That's my BJ soundboard.
Orale.
Like, look,
Thug Life
I-
certified.
I agree. I
But the
agree
guy's
with
not.
Brandon that we are going to win the thing. However, even if we don't win, of course, I'm Niner for life. Niner for life. At the same time, like Twin said, I'm gonna be mad. It's gonna be like, I don't even know what to compare it
Break
to.
TV mad or
because
just mad?
like, look, no. Like it's gonna take me a couple weeks. It's gonna take me a couple weeks to bring the words to voice the disappointment. It is just like Twin said. This team is so ready. There is no time that is ever going to be better than this team is right now.
We are ready now.
There is never going to be a time when the Chiefs are at their weakest than right now.
There you go.
Like it's
Very
gotta
true.
get it done, and that's why I say over and over again, Kyle, just win it. Do whatever it takes to win. Stop worrying about the style points and just get out there and get it done. I don't care if it's by 7 points. I don't care if it's by 3 points. I don't care if it's by 1 point. We just need the victory. Period.
Victory.
Real quick, before we go, let's go ahead and put up our last super chat of the night from Roberto.
Here comes the money.
That is the correct answer.
For Brandon. Do it for Brandon.
Do it for the
for
bag.
Brandon, yeah.
Do it for the
Brandon, you
bag.
never saw any Super Bowls, huh, Brandon? You never saw any Super Bowls,
Nope.
right?
Oh, I've seen
Okay,
all my
man,
other
that's
teams
tough.
win. I've seen all my other teams win, except for the Niners. And
Okay, we
Sunday
got one for you.
is the day where I can say I finally seen my team, the 49ers.
On TV.
The big one.
This
And
is
let's
gonna
not
be it,
forget
bro.
Lori Cat and Corey Davis. So
Before we get
Wonderful
out of
them
here,
too.
where
Exactly.
I'm gonna start with my brother Empire, Bash, Brandon, and then Pete. Where are you guys watching the game at?
home sweet
The
home.
crib. Home. I can't
Oh,
go
yes.
nowhere right
At
now.
the house.
I'm
Yeah,
not the
no.
guy.
What?
I am.
Yeah,
I can't go nowhere.
like
I'm
my
too
family
super
wanted to
push.
do a
I'm
party. My family wanted to do a party. I told them absolutely not.
Bro,
like
just so
yeah.
y'all
My
know.
nerves are going to be up through the roof, man. Let's just say that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen here,
Yeah.
guys. I need y'all help real
My
fast.
heart rate gonna be
So,
through.
J. Cole and Drake will be here Monday and Tuesday, right? I got the opportunity to go see it, but I'm holding off on it just because I know this is how much a sore loser I am. If we take a L, I'm not going. I don't care. Like, I'm not going. We gotta
can't
get
be happy.
the W,
You can't
man.
be
So
happy.
I'm saying, huh?
There's
I'm
no
staying at
joy.
the house, man.
I
It's
saw-
not going nowhere.
I saw J. Cole in Vegas already. Already saw him live.
Twin.
Yes.
The thing
Uh-huh.
is, we're not losing, man. We're winning, bro. We're taking that dub.
So
right.
I get them.
Positive
I get the
vibes.
tickets.
Positive
I go
vibes.
ahead and get them. So I'm going to pay
Yes,
that
sir.
$400 some and go and get them tickets in.
Brandon got it. He can reimburse you.
For sure.
Brandon.
Then y'all heard it here. Yes, sir. I'm going then. I'm finna look.
He got it. He ain't got
Appreciate
no
you, Brandon. Thank you, man.
I got you.
Thank you,
As
Brandon.
long as
Hey,
you take me with you.
Random question. Did you guys see
Oh,
that
for sure.
video? I had it up.
I'm on
what you guys-
Ticketmaster right now, Brandon.
Oh, there you go.
Got
There you
it.
are.
What's up, Bash?
So what'd you guys think of Kyle when he was on the team bus when they pulled into Las Vegas and he was like, "Yeah," when all the Niner fans
What
were
do you
cheering
think
or
about
whatever?
Kyle interviewing when he's drunk?
That
Yeah,
was
some people were like,
fucking
"No,
awesome.
he wasn't drunk. No, he wasn't drunk." I thought it was funny. I liked it.
I want to go party with him.
He was drunk or he was high, but one of those, his eyes is.
Kyle parties, man. Kyle's parties in Vegas with the players before he parties in Cabo. Kyle likes to have fun, man.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Yep. Kyle, don't be sleeping with nobody's wife, though.
What?
Hey, shout out.
What?
Golly. Okay.
God damn.
That's okay. That's
You don't
a
want
good
to party.
turn.
Hey, don't do a Kaepernick to Alden Smith situation.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you don't
I
want
mean,
to.
it's Vegas, right? I'm just playing.
Hey,
Yeah.
what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Real quick, shout out Brad from SF Niners. He's killing it out there too. I
Oh
seen
my
him last
god.
night.
Yeah, he is.
He's making
blowing-
everybody
he's
look
up.
short.
Yeah.
He took a picture with what's his name? The guy that
Adam
always
Schefter.
brings up the news, Adam
Schefter.
something,
Adam Schefter.
and he looked like a
Yeah,
freaking. Adam looked like he was 3 inches
Hey,
or
Hey,
3
shout
feet.
out that 11-year-old kid that was doing interviews last night too, man.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
pretty
really
good,
good.
bro. He's pretty.
he was
He's
really
pretty
good.
good. Real quick, plug in your channels before we get out. We got to get out of here because Pete is going to kill me. He already told me a lot of bad words on my phone. So,
I'm not
Pete
gonna
the
lie.
cheat.
real quick, Empire, where can people follow you?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? First and foremost, thank you guys for having me come on the show. I know it was a little impromptu, but I appreciate you guys. I'm just full of excitement and so on and so forth. But anyway, Twin Empire _ on YouTube, also on the X app, aka Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all give me a follow, like, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having me on.
Appreciate always having you on. Bash, where can people find you and what you're doing?
Easy to find me, 49er Minded YouTube channel, 49er Minded on Twitter, Instagram, all the social media. And going to be going live twice on Friday, once at 3 o'clock, another time at 7 o'clock. And be going live again, 2 o'clock. And God willing, if I can keep my sanity on Sunday, I'll try to be going live after the game. And we'll see how it plays out on Sunday. So we'll see.
Great. And then for Brandon and Pete, all their information to all their social media are in the description below. Make sure to hit them up in the description below and follow them. Support everyone here. You guys have been amazing. Thank you for coming on here, Bash and Twin Tower. Always a pleasure. Twin Tower. I knew I was going to say it.
Wow.
Empire. I knew I was going to say it.
Wow.
The Twin Tower. I knew it was going to come out. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate each and every
real
one of
quick.
you. Let's go Niners, and we'll
Real
see
quick,
you.
Beto.
Huh?
Real quick.
Thank you for
Beto.
having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Real quick, Beto and I will be back again live tomorrow night for my show with Christian and Dion. So make sure you check that out at 7:00 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then Thursday, I'm probably gonna do a Madden sim of the Super Bowl. So keep an eye out on that too. But yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right, guys. We are out of here. Thank you for hanging out with us. Good luck. Good night. Be blessed. Be kind to one another. And to the next show, we are out of here. The boys
Bang,
are
bang,
gone.
Niner
Go
gang.
Niners. Super Bowl.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.